Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna make an FM receiver using software-defined radio. So what have I done is that I have my RTl-SDR dongle, which is right here, that is connected to the USB of my computer, and this is an antenna which is connected here. So let's have a look at it. All right. Now let's quickly and briefly go over to the flow graph. What type of flow graph is required for you to design an FM receiver using RTl-SDR dongle and GnuRadio. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. So the first block that you need to represent this RTl-SDR dongle, which is physically connected to my computer, is an RTl-SDR source, and that is available right here, right hand side of your GnuRadio. Just simply type in source, and this is where you will find this block, which is RTl-SDR dongle. So I just simply brought that dongle in. Alright, let's look at some of the parameters which are associated with this particular block. The first thing that you will always find in a plain GnuRadio block is your variable, which is known as your samp rate. So let's quickly look at your samp rate right here. So this samp rate is actually basically defining the samples, at the same time the bandwidth, at the same time in your frequency spectrum, how much spectrum that you can see at one time. That is what this is. So this is about 2.4 mega samples per second. Now let's just quickly look at your RTL source block. So a couple of things that you need to look at is just leave them as is. So your samp rate is by default. Throughout your flow graph it will remain the same, samp underscore rate. Then I have a channel 0 which has a frequency. So this is a tunable frequency. So I have declared a variable which I'm calling it tune, and I'm multiplying it by 1 mega. So everything will be automatically will be in megahertz. So let's just quickly look at this particular variable which I declared. So now this is the variable that is known as a tune variable. So I'm setting here on the values, I'm setting the limit of my FM channel. So the variable that I declared earlier is actually in my RTl-SDR source is actually tune. So this is basically the range of FM. So I have chosen a default value of 88.7, 88.1 all the way up to 107.9 with 20 kilohertz apart. That's the channel in FM, and that's it. And if you look at it, this variable is right here in RTl-SDR dongle is simply being multiplied by 1 mega, so everything will be automatically in megahertz. Alright, so this is the first graph. Now if you were to look at it, now this frequency, this whatever is being captured by my RTl-SDR dongle, it is going into a low pass filter. Why do I need a low pass filter? Because there are so many signals which are coming in, so I want to focus on one particular channel. Right, so because there are a lot of channels, so I'm going to tune into one particular channel and I'm going to low pass it. What I'm going to do, why do I need to low pass it? Because I want to only focus on that particular channel that I'm focusing on. I want to pass all the higher frequency components. I want to reject all the higher frequency component, and I just want to focus on that particular frequency. So there are two parameters which are important as in a low pass filter. It's a decimating filter. So there is a decimation, gain, samp rate is still exactly the same. Then you have a cutoff frequency and transition bandwidth, transition width. So let's look at it, each one of them. So the first thing is your decimation factor. So I'm just calling it a variable now. If you were to look at it here, so I'm just having a variable that has a LPF, low pass filter decimation, that has the value of 5. So I'm just calling this variable in this block, LPF underscore decimation. So what I'm doing is this: when I'm decimating it, basically I am keeping only 1 samples out of 5 samples. So in other words, what I'm saying is this: it's going to take your original samp rate and it's going to bring it down 5 times. So you're going to see, so for example, if my samp rate is 2.4 mega, so it's going to drop this down to 5 times. So 2.4 mega divided by 5, whatever that is your decimating factor. So if it's 2.4 megahertz divided by 5, you will get around 480 kilohertz. That is going to be your samp rate. That is going to be the the sample rate which is coming out of your low pass filter. This is what LPF decimation is. So actually it's bringing down, it's decimating it from your original samples to whatever the factor that you want to decimate your samples to. It's still sample rate is still as is. Now the gain, we're going to leave it as is. Now the cutoff frequency is this. So in FM it requires about 200 kilohertz of bandwidth. So every single channel that is being transmitted, it has a bandwidth of about 200 kilohertz. Since it has a bandwidth of 200 kilohertz, and if you were to look at it, so 200 kilohertz on your right hand side, 200 kilohertz on your left hand side, because it has a bandwidth. Let me show you what that is quickly. Let me run this flow graph. Let me just quickly run this flow graph and show you what I mean to say. I hope it's working. What I'm saying is this, that this is this bandwidth, and this is that. Roughly speaking, what I'm saying is this. So this is about 200 kilohertz. It looks like about 150, but so from 0 to 100 kilohertz. So every channel will take about 200 kilohertz, and from on each side is going to be about 100 kilohertz. That's why I am keeping this to be 100 kilohertz. Now transition bandwidth is this. I think I have made a video on filters. Transition bandwidth is how steeper you want your filter to be. The lower this value is going to be, the steeper your filter is going to be. And the bigger this value is going to be, the wider the filter is going to be. So you can make it as thin as possible, but it requires a lot of computation. So that's why you want to have, so I've chosen this transition width to be around 50 kilohertz. So a couple of values. So now you have your decimation factor, you have your cutoff frequency, because I know of FM, because FM requires a total bandwidth of a channel on your right and left hand side to be 200 kilohertz. So I'm just focusing on one side, so that's why it has a cutoff frequency of 100 kilohertz. You have a transition bandwidth. I have just chosen a random number based on how FM works, and you have just normal window. Now, so now this filter output is going to your WBFM receiver, wideband FM receiver. This is a block that is available here. Right, this is the block that is available here. Now, here's what it is. So what is that quadrature rate? Quadrature rate basically means, so in GnuRadio you gotta keep track of your samples, because throughout the flow graph this is the declared sample rate, which is 2.4 kilohertz, but you have actually changed the sample rate by decimating it by 5, but GnuRadio doesn't know that. So what you gotta do, you gotta tell the next block what should be the sample rate. So by sample rate divided by LPF, so sample rate is 2.4 megahertz divided by your decimation factor, that turns out to be about about 5. So once you divide sample rate by LPF, you'll get a sample rate of quadrature rate of 480 kilohertz. All right, so you'll get about decimation 480 kilohertz. Now, what is this audio decimation? You can write it fancy like this, or you can just simply write this as 10. So let's just keep it like this. What that means is this. All right, the audio part that is available in your phone or in your computer or in your laptop, that is around 48 kilohertz. It samples at about 48 kilohertz. So you got to choose that sample rate to be around 48 kilohertz, because after the receiver you're going to connect that to your audio sync, which will actually spit out the sound that is being captured by your RTl-SDR dongle. So that is normally rated at 48 kilohertz. That's why I am bringing this quadrature rate down. I'm decimating it. So 480 kilohertz divided by 10, so it just becomes 48 kilohertz. Hence, once you go to your audio sync, you will choose 48 kilohertz. So because you want to be exactly the same throughout your flow graph. So you have 2.4 mega samples which are coming in. Low pass filter is actually decimating it to 480 kilohertz, and that 480 kilohertz is further decimating it by the factor of 10, hence you're getting 48 kilohertz. So now here's a different output. You're actually seeing, so this is the output that is coming directly from in a frequency sync coming from your SDR dongle. Now there's two output. This output low pass filter is also, so we're actually looking at what does, after filtering, how does the signal look like using a frequency sync. And then after your WBM FM receiver, wideband FM receiver, you are seeing output in terms of an audio, in terms of a frequency sync, and in terms of a GUI sync, time sync. So we're gonna quickly look at that as well. All right, so we're gonna look at this as well. So let's run this flow graph. After I run this flow graph, all right, so this is that audio that you are seeing, which is this is that frequency, sorry, this is that time sync of this audio. This is that time sync, sorry, this is that time sync based on this, and this is that frequency sync based on this, but you will be able to hear the audio once we tune in. This is that low pass filter output that we saw earlier, which is representative of this, and this is that raw signal which is coming out from your RTl-SDR dongle that is going to that frequency sync. So now it's just a matter of tuning this. Hopefully we will be able to hear some sound. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this or not, but we are receiving something at 90 megahertz, 90.9 megahertz, and then simply we will just tune into different frequencies. Because I have a crappy antenna which is attached to my SDR dongle. That's why we're not seeing a clear audio. Let's just tune in. Here we go. So 98.9, I'm also getting something. So this is how basically you will design an FM radio using software defined radio and with the help of RTl-SDR dongle. So this is that audio. This is what this is the filter output. This is what we're trying to filter, but we can still see there's something else is going on. And this is the raw data that is coming out from your RTl-SDR dongle. So I hope you like this small tutorial on how to actually make an FM receiver using RTl-SDR dongle and your GnuRadio Companion. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.